All right. All right. All right. So we're live. Bless Online. We all know how that story goes. I remember following this game before it came out. It was a pretty big deal, $30 or $40, something like that. It was buy to play. Looked cool. It said that they had like a streaming, flowing combat system and all kinds of jazz. Game comes out. It's an unfinished mess, poorly optimized, not really all that fun to play. And there were massive refunds for the game because everybody hated it. So here we are about 7-8 months after launch. By the way, since then they've announced that the game is now free to play, and that it is coming to Xbox One, but it's not the same game. It's a completely different game in the same universe that they're also calling Bless. So basically this game is looked at as kind of a cash grab and a scam of sorts. So anyway, I thought maybe it would be worth going back and taking a look at it, see if it really is that bad, if it's as bad as as I thought it was when I first played it. I ended up getting a refund myself, but I've pre-installed it. As you can see, I've only played it for about 20 hours, so there's probably going to be some characters on there. But I'm going to create a new character. We're going to go through it, see how's the voice acting, how's the story, how's the combat, how's the content, and see if it's really worth playing. I mean, it is free, and you know there's a lot of options of things that you can play for free. But is this something you should spend time on? Because that's basically what you would lose if you decided to play this game, is time. From the get-go, as you can see, the launcher is just absolutely terrible. It opens up this splash screen in the foreground and this window in the background. It's kind of a dummy window. I don't know if you can see it right here. If my mouse cursor is showing, it might not be, but this loading FX resource, it does this every time you launch the game. Again, terrible optimization. And I'm pretty sure it's using DirectX 9 as well. So it's just very, very poor. Unreal Engine 3 is what it uses. So it looks dated. We finally ended up getting this game after it failed in 2 or 3 other regions and the rest of the world, so really all they bothered to do was record some new voice acting lines, which, as you'll see, are just absolutely wonderful. And then they localized the text of the game. So eventually it'll launch and we'll be good. If it ever actually loads. There we go. We have a cursor now. Alright, so as you can see, some of my characters have been renamed. I guess because I hadn't played for so long. Some of them are okay. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to delete this guy and just recreate him. Alright, let's create a character. Now, I saved his appearance because I liked it, but I figured I might as well run through the character creator as well, because that is kind of a feature of a game, is how good is its character creator. So you have 4 race choices, and none of the classes are locked to any race. The Mystic and Warlock, I don't know what's up with that. I don't know if that's like a future content release, or if you have to progress to that from something else. from the mage, maybe. I don't really know. But anyway, you've got the Habits, which are basically the humans. You have the Sylvan Elf, which are just elves. You have the Lupus, which is dog people. Which I gotta say, this is the one race about this game that's kind of creative. It's sort of like the Char in Guild Wars 2. There's a lot of cat people in a lot of games. You don't really see dog people all that often, and they are pretty cool looking. They are original, I would say, to this game. So, then you have the Masku, and these are just your little chibi beast people. So, what I'm going to roll with is a Lupus. And I was mistaken. There are class locking, or there is class locking, which a lot of people don't like, but it kind of gives the races more than just an aesthetic reason to exist. You're not going to have a big lumbering Lupus assassin, or I don't know why you couldn't be a mage or a paladin though. Maybe they're like, they don't have the ability to use magic or something because they're beasts. I don't really know. And then here it looks like the Masku cannot be warlocks or mystics. For whatever reason, a Sylvan Elf, maybe they're not strong enough to carry big swords for the Zerker. And your Habits can be anything because they're the humans. Okay. So I figure for a Lupus, if I really want to go, you know, crazy on this character, the Berserker seems right to me. I mean, these are the ferocious beast people, so they ought to have big weapons and melee. Hit next. Alright, so I have to say, one thing about this game that I remember, and I'm remembering it more as I look at it, the character creator is pretty good. In fact, it's probably the best thing about this game. So these sliders here are just kind of universal sliders. You can actually fine-tune any of the body parts that you want. I think the only thing that really matters here is how much muscle definition there is, because this is the slider for that right here. Everything else, as far as size, can be adjusted by dragging it. Even the height can be adjusted. So I'll show you what I mean. So like if I want to have big broad shoulders and big arms, a tall torso, tall wide neck, and then basically I can elongate his quadriceps, I can elongate his knees, I can elongate his calf muscles, and I can elongate his feet, and make him much taller than this height slider now. And for his head, you can do the same. The spot for that's weird, but there it is. Alright, for your fur colors, you have an outer and an inner and a gloss slider here. As far as I can tell, the gloss slider just determines how shiny they are, which is weird because it doesn't seem like you'd want a lot of shine on fur. I don't know that that'd really look natural, but you can kind of see it there if you look at his shoulders. I think it's a little lighter there. The one weird thing about this is there is no like black color for the fur. I don't know why they made that decision, but for inner fur, I should say. Also, the outer color of black is not black. It's just a darker version of whatever you choose. And then here for the hair, there's a lot of different options. Some of them are hilarious, like you can have a ridiculous afro where you can go M. Bison. That's pretty funny. Also, you can adjust the shininess of the hair, which is another very goofy concept. They don't have eyebrows, which is really weird. The eyebrow choice is just none, so this is kind of where you can adjust the position. You can also do that by dragging, as you can see here. All the rest of the body parts are the same as far as how you drag them around. Makeup, I mean, you can give them eyeliner and long lashes, you know, whatever. You can give them fur patterns, which is pretty cool if you can get a good color combination. I was having trouble finding one that looked good with on any of these, you know, it just doesn't look natural. You can also make them old, which is pretty cool. You can make a really old creature. And then this is the sliders. You can actually manually. Okay, so I guess the body fat determines how much muscle definition there is. No, it doesn't. It just makes everything bigger. Alright, so that's the character creator. I'm actually going to load the one that I just had because I like that one. Alright, so the last thing you do is you choose your voice. It's one of those. So you have an emotion and a shout, and you can adjust the pitch. This is your first taste of the voice acting.
The desert is not the place for mercy. Now this is skill.
That reminds me of the guy from Gothic or Two Worlds.
Have you been to Padana?
I have a way. The forest is on our side.
Interesting.
The Great Spirit will walk with us. Be silent and listen. The Great Spirit will walk with us.
This one was obviously meant for this race.
Oh no. Did you just fall in love with me?
That is just terrible.
Leave this to me. Who'd like to test my performance?
It's just so weird. Who says that?
Who wants to travel with me? I've never seen anything like this.
It's so weird. Like, nobody would say any of this stuff.
Do you wish to continue or surrender? Now this is skill. Stand behind me.
Are you curious about the origin of life?
I have a way. The forest is on our side. Protect the forest, but do not seek to rule it. The Great Spirit will walk with us.
None of these are really reaching out to me here.
I will liberate El Rano.
Who'd like to test my performance?
I mean, that sounds fine. I don't really care. See, I don't know if it's going to keep the characters as I've capitalized them, or if it's going to be one of those games where it lowercases them. Because that would look pretty stupid. Let's try it. Oh, it actually kept the capitalization. I'm shocked. Alright, let's get in there. Now, I'm sure they haven't changed the basic guide, and that's why I'm going to skip it. It is absolutely awful from what I remember. It spawns you in like this weird arena place, and you're alone. And it's like for people who have never played an MMO before. And I guess what I have to say to that is if this ended up being your first MMO, I am so sorry. Because, oh boy. It's so bad. I couldn't even imagine. Also, it's interesting. I could swear that that's an Xbox One button right here. Very interesting. There may be a button that looks like that in the UI, which would be hilarious, but we'll see. I mean, as the game begins, it looks promising until the character opens his mouth and starts talking, and then when you start playing. So we'll just sit back and listen to this opening cinematic together.
How dare you harm a forbidden creature in the sacred forest? Nave ila uto.
Did she just kill it? What the hell just happened? Like, what is going on? It didn't look dead or dying, and he just snaps his neck. And then he starts crying. Like, what? He killed it! There was no reason to believe it was dying. Its eyes were open, it was just laying on its side, there was no blood. Okay, so here we are in the game. This hasn't changed much at all. So, it has the guise of being an action combat game, sort of like Terra. As you can see, there's like a crosshair, and you know, your mouse moves where you're looking and stuff like that. But clicking doesn't do anything. I don't know if you can hear me doing that, but clicking doesn't actually attack or do anything. It's actually hotkey combat and basically tab targeting, but it pretends like it's an action game. Now we'll see if they've changed that flowing combat system that they talked about, but it ended up being a really bad gimmick where you basically initiate your attack and then you just keep hitting the same key over and over to initiate the combo automatically. So you don't have to actually chain the skills in order. It'll do it for you.
What? Lupus? Kill them. They must be silenced.
So they haven't changed it. So you just press the 1 R, 1 R, and that's it. It never stops. So right from the get-go, you can see I don't think they damaged me. Now I know in games like World of Warcraft and good MMOs that you start out in an area with monsters that are easy to kill, but never have I played one where they can't even hurt you.
This is the Highern Protected Zone.
Okay. By the way, if you look at my frame rate, I mean I don't have a bad setup here. I mean I've got 18 gigabytes of RAM. I've got an 8-core 9350, and I've got a solid-state disk, and I've got a 970 GTX. There's no reason why it should be running at sub 20 frames. I simply do not understand how this is possible. I mean, if you look over here at my GPU stat, it's only at 40%, CPU's only at 50, and RAM I've still got 3 or 4 gigabytes remaining. And as I'm looking over here on my process monitor, it is utilizing all 8 cores. So it's not like this is locked to CPU 0. This is using all 8. None of them are taxed above 50% right now. So I don't know what is going on. And you might say, well, you need to lower your settings. Well, if you look at my settings, everything's set relatively low. I mean, I go here to the advanced settings. It doesn't make any sense at all. Yeah, I would think that a 970 could handle this, but apparently not. But there are people that have Titans that were streaming this game when it first came out, and they weren't able to do anything. I mean, they were still running like under 30, so I almost think it's the lighting effects that do that. I don't really know. See, this is the spot I was standing in, but now we're at above 40. I don't get it.
What happened, young wolf? Your coming-of-age ritual is a long way off. How can Sanuya have awakened inside you?
Did this happen? I'm pretty sure we didn't get like a story or anything that said that this happened. It just... What does that even mean? Sanuya awakened inside you?
What? What? How dare a human draw his sword on a young wolf in the sacred forest? Everyone in this forest knows what it would mean. Wait, did you kill them?
Oh boy.
That is the reason Sanuya awakens in you. You must hurry. You have killed a living being. It will be no time before Sanuya possesses you completely. You must go to the Great Chieftain and begin the coming-of-age ritual before it's too late.
So let me get this straight. I killed a living being, and this, what I presume to be a demon or something, is going to possess me? But the chief just killed a deer, and he's not possessed. Also, I have to do a coming-of-age ritual now? Because of this? Also, the localization is wonderful. Look at the apostrophe. It's just a block.
I'll find those who attacked you. Until the ritual, you must concentrate on controlling yourself. I'll tell...
Oh, what a backward people. Okay. I guess I have to go talk to the chieftain. My map up here is telling me where to go, so... I really wish I could get rid of... Oh, I can't. Oh, I'm sprinting. Alright. Chinua Calm Lore. What an unoriginal name. Calm Lore.
You are the young wolf Suheyu talked about. As I thought, the Senuya has already taken shape. I already spoke of your situation to Tenza. So visit his residence.
So you don't become an adult until you pass the trial.
It may be frightening to you.
I understand, like a lot of cultures have that. There's like a coming of age ritual in order to, it's like a rite of passage. But he literally said, once I become an adult. So I guess this is something, in their culture, you just become an adult after you go to this guy's house and do whatever he's gonna have him do. So, alright. I do want to... Oh, this game has auto run. That's another thing. You just click the button and your character will run there. It's just... I don't like it. I know it's not really unfair because everyone has access to it, but... all I did was press OK. Alright, so... let's go. Bergen Tenza. Newman of... What is a Newman? Am I missing something here? Like... that's something this game has not done that I'm not okay with. It has not explained itself at all. What is a Newman? And they said to go to his house. This looks like a rabid beast. It doesn't look like he lives in here. Let's go look inside his house. This isn't even a house, it's a shrine. He specifically told me to go to his home. So what, is he like a deity and he's changed to his shrine? And he's always summoned? Alright, well.
Don't be afraid. Raise your head, young wolf. Once you get over this small hurdle with me, you will regain your peace. So tell me, are you ready to face the dark spirit that has awakened in you?
Oh boy.
In the name of our race and as protector of Providence, I'll test whether you have the right to become an adult. With this ritual, you will learn how to control yourself, and as a result, Senuya will disappear from you. Young wolf, if you are ready, take up your weapon.
So I'm taking up my weapon and learning to control myself. I got in trouble because I killed a living being, and his solution is that I have to fight something? It doesn't make any sense logically. You'd think that the ritual would be that I not attack something. That I'd meditate or something, but no, I have to fight someone. So let's...
Submit to chaos! I am now returning to where our people began. Face it, and overcome it.
What does that mean? We're going back in time together? Back to where our people began, okay. What changed? What changed?
Take a look at yourself. You are a child of chaos.
Am I supposed to attack him? Got to. How unoriginal can you be? That's it. He didn't even fight me back. So beating a defenseless deity was me learning to control myself? I don't... like, what is he... is he absorbing that evil stuff from me? How would... I don't understand how this is successful. Like, how is this a success?
You have finally mastered yourself.
By beating you without you fighting me back. That...
This is the
don't
Highland
understand.
Protected Zone.
I simply don't
Please select a
understand.
valid
Senuya has already disappeared from your body. Now, according to our traditions, it is time for you to gain your... Great Chieftain Chinua will have prepared your armor. Tell him that you...
Okay. Alright, so apparently I'm out of control because I killed a living thing. So the solution was go talk to this spirit and fight him with your tenacity that you're trying not to have. And your reward is that you become a warrior of the forest and you get armor. It's such a forced... It's just so bad. The narrative is so bad. I'd like to think that maybe it got lost in translation. Like maybe this made sense originally, and then when it got translated to English, it just...
New warrior. You've grown up so fast.
Yeah, I have grown up fast, because
Well, I
apparently
guess
you
tens
become an
have
adult
blessed you,
instantly.
Yes? Then, for the final rite, I bestow the garb of oak now. You are an adult, so you may walk in this forest as you please. Or
Okay. I got armor. That's cool. That armor looks pretty cool. I like it. Oh, look, it floats out and it moves when you walk. That's just fancy, but it clips through the weapon. That's kind of annoying. Alright, let's talk to this guy.
you
Let's
must
talk to him.
remember the people who attacked you.
We found an ominous thing when you were attacked. A party had come to retrieve it. We fought against them.
We don't have any particular way. For now, I'll search with as many warriors as possible. Ask the wood spirit outside the village.
Okay, so he said they found an ominous thing. And then I asked him where they were, and he said he didn't know where they were. So did he really find anything? What did he find? You could at least tell me. You can't just be like, I found an ominous thing. Oh boy. Alright, so now I have to go talk to the wood spirit about suspicious places. Looks like they kind of ripped off the Deku tree, because that's what this is starting to look like here. I mean, if you're gonna rip off something, at least rip off something good, so I guess that's okay. You're kidding me. The wood spirit is this little thing? This poor man's B-movie Treebeard? Is he the wood spirit or a wood spirit?
You're the newborn warrior. The babbling branches spoke of you. Mysterious things have happened in this forest recently.
Of course. He knows something happened, he just doesn't know, he won't tell me what it is. I have to go figure it out on my own. So I guess I'm supposed to go up to these places to find things. I mean, there's a scout up here. Can't find anything. Well, what about the suspicious hoodlums that are right there? You're telling me that these scouts that are keeping guard here didn't notice all of the creepy hooded people over here? And then the other guy was telling me that they had no idea where to begin to start looking. That's just ridiculous. That was an unnecessary quest, an unnecessary step. He should have just told me, yes, we see them gathered under the hill. Instead, they send you on this meaningless quest to just make the game longer, I guess. Right up here. Okay, I can kind of forgive this guy, because it doesn't look like there's anything from up here that looks out of the ordinary. Let's see, what about you? Nope. Alright, this guy's legit. There's really nothing that you can see from up here. So I get that. This guy up here needs to be fired immediately. Also, it's having me go back to the same place I just was to check for strangers. Wasn't that evident when I saw all the hooded figures from right here? Or is it because this character's vision is as long as this game's draw distance and it just can't see it? So I'm here in this Defeat suspicious intruders.
Keep a tight watch on the perimeter. Remain here until all preparations are complete. Keep a tight watch on the perimeter.
Whatever.
Remain here until all preparations are complete. Keep a tight watch on the perimeter.
You almost died.
Be sure that no one
Fine now, wolf friend.
Target.
I was worried that
You
the
almost
wolf of the
died. No, I
forest was
didn't.
going to die in front of my eyes.
I didn't even get
I'm sure you'll
damaged.
understand. The wolves would never leave me alone if that happened.
You were with them.
Ah, I'd forgotten the manners of wolves. My name is Matthias Hobbit. Those who tried to kill you are the Grandezes, subordinates of the Emperor. I came... Speaking of which, can you bring me to Chinawa? It's urgent, so please. Speaking of which, can you... Yes, my name is Hobbit, named after the Empire. It was once the name of this country.
Okay, so his last name is the name of the human race. He's tiny. Look at this little man compared to me. He is just little. Alright, let's go see Chinois Calm War. Back in the village. Oh, what's this? Is this like a flight path or something? Wyvern handler. I haven't seen that in the game before. I can't fly anywhere. But is this the whole world? 'Cause that's not very big. Whatever. Well, I guess I unlocked that one? Worthless tree spirit. Alright, double tap and sprint. That's cool. Great chieftain of the Lucases.
This is the Iron Protected Zone.
So this is the Forest of Wolves. I've never... Now, I have to tell Chinois what I found out about the plot.
Okay, tell him everything.
That usurper Hartman was plotting his scheme even in the Wolf Forest. We must stop him before his plans come to fruition. And to achieve that, we need...
I'll help you.
That usurper Hartman
I don't want
was
to talk to
plotting
you.
his...
I need to talk to Chief
Right,
Chinois.
Matthias. If you are right, it explains the recent phenomenon in the
What
forest.
phenomenon?
But I still can't understand why the Emperor would do such a thing. Furthermore, they want to kill Tenza. How could that be possible?
What? Wait, Chinois the chief. But Matthias's mouth was moving.
I understand it's a hard thing to believe, Great Chieftain, but the facts are in front of you, and the Grandezes are in the forest, as you can see.
Tell me what you found, Suheyu. Are the Grandezes still in this forest?
Matthias was right, Great Chieftain, and I found tracks showing many of them moving in a hurry.
What? Oh dear. I must go to Tenza's residence right away.
I won't say no to that if it's an opportunity to help the wolves.
Thank you, Matthias. Then, young warrior.
So Tenza's that wolf spirit person, right?
We have not a moment to waste, so follow me quickly.
So why are you still behind me? Let's go. Jeez, this is just so terribly... It just runs so badly. The game's not even really that fun to begin with. What's this? Oh, just random buffs, I guess. Oh, it's a suspicious intruder, and they're gonna do something to Tenza.
How dare the false Emperor's minions step into the sacred forest?
Who's this guy? V? Why are there two of them? Big one and a little one. Wait, is one of them for this instance and the other one the regular one who's always there?
Stop them at all costs!
Like, what? They said to gather all of the warriors of the village.
No! If Tenza loses the essence, it will bring catastrophe upon the forest.
This is the Iron Protected Zone.
What the hell? Alright, well, I guess I have to kill these people now. Combat is just so dumb. You don't have to even think. You just press the button and then just press R over and over again. And you don't even have to time it. You can press it whenever you want. The only thing that determines if it's a hit is if you're facing the correct direction. So you press F to loot. I guess I just looted all those people. I'm just gonna aggro everyone.
You can't use that.
So I can't injure the main guy, apparently. Oh, it's just so... And it freezes every time it needs to load the video. What is he doing here? What is this crystal? And I thought we killed all of them. Why are there still more soldiers? What has he done?
The essence is taken. It will soon become wild.
Where did he put the essence? And
Charge.
well, now he turned black. What does this mean? He's wild. Those guys just teleported.
You can't use that.
Oh, this is just a new level of awful. I am in torment.
I am in torment.
Yeah, so am I.
You can't use that.
Just the same 3 buttons over and over. And he's not even fighting me back. He's just...
I am in torment.
This is horrible.
Oh my. How can Tenza have lost his essence? It's not good. Please stop Tenza while I pacify the forest spirits.
What is happening to
Be gone from the forest, corrupt ones. Where are my descendants? I am in torment.
Okay, now he's fighting me back. This is just horrible. Like, look, he's not even damaging me. My health is regenerating faster than he can damage me. And I don't know what, it froze again.
I have lost a part of my soul.
Well, then we'll get it back.
Come closer. I have a message for you.
Okay, let's hear this message.
It's you who saved me from my frenzy. I heard your voice over the crash of blood and death.
This is the
Without you,
protected zone.
I would still be in there.
Select a valid target.
But the essence of life that I have carried up until now has disappeared. The seal of the forest, our oath to Providence, may be broken. You must recover the essence.
Okay.
Our race's fate has darkened, but I cannot help any further. Without my essence, I must fall asleep to prevent the destruction of the forest. Now you must pass along the road, according to the decision of the great chieftain
He has to fall
Chinua.
asleep to prevent the destruction of the forest. Why? How does that prevent the destruction of the forest?
I can see the signs beginning on the other side of the forest. Now, I must close my eyes. While I am absent, please take care of this forest and my race.
The worst protector of all time. So these evil people come, and he just decides to go to sleep. Literally decides to go to sleep.
We must recover the essence of Tenza from them. Matthias has built a force to thwart the ambitions of the false emperor. by helping the Crown Prince. I want to advance to Hyricon with my soldiers immediately. But then Tenza appointed you, so you must follow Matthias and help the Crown Prince to show that we support him.
So now I have to go tell Matthias. Wasn't he with us? Where did he go? Why didn't he stay long enough for me? What, did he just run off as soon as... Oh my goodness. I just don't... Kinda at a loss for words at this point. This is just something else. So, Matthias is supposed to be at this other village, I guess? What's this? On my map. It's a guide of fate here. Okay, so I guess that's my recall point now. Oh, this skipping and this lag is so bad. Ahanu village. Oh, is that where we are? I didn't even know. This is so bad.
My friend, who stood back to back with me. Are you here to say goodbye? I'm about to leave for Hyricon. Is... what? He didn't give me an answer. But now he sends you all of a sudden. Willingness to cooperate. I see the great chieftain made his decision at last. For now, I'm going back to my mansion in Hyricon.
Your mansion?
I have a thing or two to see to there. And there are people who will help us as well. Don't worry. I'll prepare a wyvern for you. Speak to the wyvern team.
At your mansion, though. So much for the humble warrior.
You can travel anywhere you want with a wyvern. Where would you like? You are the one Matthias spoke of.
I get a horse?
It will be a long journey from Braun Forest to Hyricon. Do you have everything ready? Tell me. Then we're heading to Hyricon.
Where is Hyricon? Use a personal chest and I learn new attacks. There's Hyricon. Off we go. Wow.
You've entered a disputed zone.
I guess I can't use stuff
You've
while I'm
entered a protected zone.
I wish that annoying voice would stop. What has happened to the world? What is this, old RuneScape? Look at this. It was rendering like in squares. Oh, that's convenient. So it just rendered clouds below me so that it didn't actually have to fly all the way there. And my UI disappeared. So this is just a loading screen. I don't know. Like, the fact that it's running at 24 frames right now when it's not even rendering anything. I mean, look at this. It's just rendering... Now it's just rendering the sky. Nothing. And it's at 25. That's just horrible. Oh, it started to load something down there. And then it disappeared. What is my character doing right now? It's just like... It's the weirdest animation. It's so jittery. It might as well have just rendered the entire world beneath me as I flew, instead of unloading and reloading the whole zone. It's called procedural generation. It's not a new technology. Morrowind was doing it. This is ridiculous. It should not take this long.
This is the Iron Protected
Oh,
Zone.
now we've just appeared. now we're at Huracan Castle. There's a guillotine down there. That castle's pretty impressive, I have to say. That is really cool. I want to get a better look at that castle. Why am I running at 9 frames? Look at that castle. That is impressive, I have to say. You don't usually see actual in-game objects that are that large. Except for the fact that the floor hasn't rendered over there. You can see right through it. What is going on here? I mean, I guess it's just distant imposters, but still, look at this. It's not loading anything. This wall just stops right here. And it's just not, it's decided just not, look, there's a guy standing up in the sky up there. 2 guys standing up in the sky up there. What is going on right now? I'm standing, I mean, there's people walking in the sky. Okay, now it decides to render. What the heck is going on right now? Wait. I'm under the rendered part of the game. I'm stuck. I got stuck! Look, when I try to run forward, he just runs into a wall. This is the icing on the cake right here. I have gotten trapped underneath the staircase, and I cannot get out. Maybe there's a... Oh, okay, that... He just freaked out. No, I don't think I can get out. No, I'm stuck. I'm stuck under the map. Well, doesn't that just summarize everything? Doesn't it? I mean, how did it even let me get under this? Does the collision detection turn on only when the object is rendered? Shouldn't the collision detection be loaded first to prevent this from happening? Or at least make it one way so that if you clip under it, you can go back out. No, I'm stuck. Well, there you have it. If there was ever a perfect thumbnail for something, here it is. And just think I was praising that castle, saying that it looks good. I think that's all of the Bless Online that we're going to be able to do for today, since it kind of, you know, got me stuck here. Emergency reset, I guess I can click on that. Maybe it'll just reload me at the beginning of the zone.
This is the Iron Protected
See, the
Zone.
sad thing about that is they know that happens. And instead of fixing it, they just added a button to reset you so that you don't get stuck. That is completely ridiculous.
This is the Iron Protected Zone.
I really want to go in that castle. That's funny. Depending on the angle of my camera, it either loads the distant imposter or the actual thing. Look at that. It's just, this is the kind of stuff that you just don't see in games. You don't even see this in old games. You don't even see this in, I mean, you just don't. I just cannot believe. Not to mention, I think I may have seen one other player this whole session. Maybe just one. It's dead. There's nobody here. Like, this does not feel like an MMO. It feels like the developers just abandoned the game. Just took all those people's money and just ran off with it to make another game and cash in and do the same thing again. Also, this is not his mansion. This is a plaza. I got a horse. So how do I do that? frozen. Can I put this on my hotbar? I'm on a horse! That's cool. Well, the horse controls decently.
This is the Iron Protected Zone.
Well, I don't know what just happened. Just got off his horse. Back on. I mean, my character's bigger than the horse. Like, my feet are almost touching the ground.
This is the Iron
It's kind of cool,
Protected
though.
Zone.
I mean, the horse, they give you a horse. So I gotta give them credit for that. They give you a horse. I mean, these people look so tiny. I mean, if I'm supposed to be a giant... See, but look at the horse, though! This horse! Look at this! There are no horses this size! Look at this compared to this guard. Look at the size of the horse. That guard could nearly walk underneath this horse without ducking. Like, where do they get these horses? It's just lazy. They scaled the horse to the size of my character, and it still looks small. Like, look at him next to Matthias. Have you ever seen a horse where its back is higher than your head? I mean, maybe a big horse, but... maybe that guard was just really short. I don't know. Okay, well that's it. I can't take any more of this for today. So, that's gonna do it for this one. I'll come back and we'll continue this adventure and see if there's any redeeming factors in this game. But so far, it runs badly, the voice acting is terrible, the story is bad, the combat is bad, the fast travel is bad, everything is bad. And it's buggy, and the tops of those towers still haven't rendered. So, that's gonna do it for now.